right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We at it again. You know what it is. Your boy John.
Fucking white belt slayer here, ready to rip.
Ready to rip. We're ready to get at it.
What are you drinking? So, hey, we got to talk about it. What are you drinking?
Yeah.
Alani? It's drinking a juicy-ass peach.
A juicy peach for my juicy... I don't have a juicy...
You don't do legs.
I do legs, motherfucker. I mean...
You've done legs twice.
Fairly recently. Yeah. But I do it, okay? Yeah. I'm on the grind. The goal is to get some quads, some calves.
Some dad calves?
Some dad calves. I don't think I'll ever get dad calves. I watched this meme with this lady. She was like, these guys were in the gym, and it was just like the cleaning lady, and she was like mopping the gym, but her calves were fucking like, and they were like looking at her calves, and they're like, what the fuck?
That's genetics.
Yeah, and then the next scene is them mopping. They're like, fuck it, is this what it takes? Is this how she got her calves? Like, fuck it, that's what I'm gonna do.
I got a crisp Mountain Dew.
I do like Mountain Dew.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you drink one.
Because they're too
290 calories. Yeah. Dude. The zeros are pretty good.
I've never tried the zeros.
They taste like 80% as good as these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love.
They're way better than the diets. The diets are terrible.
I mean, there is a thing called Mountain Dew mouth. You know.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I know about it.
That's just rough on you.
It's good though.
Oh, it's so good. It's so delicious. It's good with mixed drinks. It's just good on its own.
That's what they made it for.
Mixed drinks?
Yeah.
Ah.
Mountain Dew and vodka is pretty good. Mountain Dew and like cherry vodka is pretty good.
I can see it.
I fucking on Mountain Dew and tequila. It's pretty good.
Mountain Dew is just sweet, so it kind of mixes with everything.
I went to the store to get a drink just now, and I was gonna get a fucking those Gator Lits. Didn't have any. I don't really like the Pedialyte ones.
No.
So I was like, fuck it, let's get a Mountain Dew. Dude,
choices were made.
Dude, I almost became a convenience store connoisseur. They had fucking 18 boneless wings for $3.
Oh, 7-Eleven.
Yeah, dude, they look so good.
Yeah, I was there.
The boneless wings look good, man.
They always try to catch me because they'll be like, they'll throw a deal together, and you're
That's
like,
what it was.
You're like, who the fuck made these? It was like, hey, they're like, psst, psst. And I'm like, what's up?
Yeah,
and they're like, we got a deal right now. Like, you can get like 2 slices of pizza, 13 wings, and a fucking 32-ounce Coke for $5.
Yeah.
So I was like, motherfucker. I was like, I'm good.
Might as
I'm
well.
Good. I don't do it. I'm like, no. But they'd be like, I feel like they're drug dealers. They'd be like, hey, psst, we got a deal right now.
We're running a deal right now.
We're running a deal. Dude, I mean, I used to do it. Like, I used to like.
You said the 7-Eleven pizzas.
7-Eleven pizzas.
They're all right.
The taquito thing, the little taco things that they make. You know.
The little tiny tacos.
The little tiny tacos that are like rolled. Oh man, I used to fuck those hard.
Oh yeah. The roller ones. They come.
Yeah, they're like rolled tacos. They're not really rolled tacos because they're like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I used to fuck with those hard, man.
I never did it.
I did, man.
When I was a kid, I used to like the hot dogs.
The hot dogs are always good, yeah. Because
my kid loves the hot dogs
with the nacho cheese on it. Oh, and the chili and the onions and oh man, yeah, their hot dogs are pretty good.
Damn, I think we have to do something for UFC 299 so I could fucking make nachos. The nachos, the crock-pot cheese.
Crock-pot cheese.
Yeah, you buy the can. You know the can.
You just get the fondue, the cheese fondue.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, just the fucking fountain.
Yeah.
The cheese fountain.
Yeah. Anyways.
So what's been up with you, fatty? How much you weigh? You're trying to skate out of that shit.
Listen, Linda, listen. On Friday, I was 208.
That's pretty good.
I've been going like 205, 208, but yesterday we went out. We had like.
So you gained 13 pounds since last week?
Yeah. So we went out. We had ramen and like sushi and stuff last night. So a lot of like
nasty
sodium. So I'm probably sitting on 213 right now, 214, something like that.
Yeah, but that's one workout away from being 208. I saw that you fucking signed back up with Omar to do some new shit.
So
Little Omar Jr.
My goal was just to do my goal was just to do like a body recomp. Like I just want to like try to change how my body looks. But he's like, let's go to 190. He's like, let's go 192 or 195, and I was like, and I was like, fuck it, let's go, let's just do it. Might as well just fucking do it.
For what?
I don't know, just to do it, just to see what I look like healthily, because this is like the healthiest I've actually like lost weight. You know what I mean? So, but he did the whole like it was weird because he had me do like. This time he did like a whole measurement thing. Like he like measured my shoulders, measured my chest, my gut, my hips, my thighs, my calves, my arms. He took out the little body fat thingamajigger.
I don't think that's real.
I don't think they're very accurate.
Yeah.
I think the only way to do it is the pool, like the water one.
The salt water or whatever.
But I mean, if that's what you got,
yeah, sure.
It's whatever. You know, at least you can compare like where you are now. Maybe it's not accurate in terms, but you can at least say it should be able to tell the difference. Like if you get a baseline, like and you lose something, you know. So, But that's what he does. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it.
You're probably below 20%.
No way.
No?
No fucking way. I'm probably sitting around 28%.
Damn, so I must be like 40%.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably up there. I got a lot of fat, man. I'm so fat.
Where are you hiding it at?
My gut. On the sides of my gut. Like, yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm just trying to make this year, let's see how healthy I can get. Like, how jacked I can get. Rather.
Yeah, don't stop saying healthy, motherfucker.
But how jacked
I've been waiting for you to realize. Yeah, stop saying healthy.
Yeah. I'm trying to be that alpha dad of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Dude. Let's get you on some trend, dude.
So I have a coworker.
Don't put him on blast.
He was
so
like,
you know somebody.
Well, we were talking about like TRT and like why people take it because he had been
why
asking
people do it.
Yeah, but symptoms.
You take testosterone. You do.
Yeah, why do? Yeah, but he was like all the symptoms and stuff, and so he's been going through some things and whatever. So we were talking about it, and then he's been asking me, and then he's like, "Man, I came across this thing called Trend."
I came across it.
He said, "I came across this thing called Trend." He's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, don't fuck with that shit." I'm like, "That shit is that's another level, brother."
I had to reset my clock. So I told myself 6 months consistently. I'm gonna do a little fucking Trenaball up in that bitch. But it's not the reset. I just started again.
That's big boy shit.
I'm trying to see how healthy I can get, dude. I'm trying to have big ass traps like you.
Trying to see how healthy you
Before I stopped working out, dude, my traps were getting big, but I had to stop for a month. But I went back to yesterday. Yesterday we did push and I did bench. And like when I stopped, I was repping 185. We warmed up and that's where I was repping 185. And I think I said I hit like 240 or something like that was my max. Dude, I was doing 185. I did it for like 2 sets of 5 yesterday, and I was like fucking kicking my legs. Like, it's crazy how quick if you don't use it, you lose it.
It's less than cardio. Cardio wise, if you don't do cardio for a week, you're fucked. Yeah. But lifting, you have some gain. You still feel. Yeah. You still have some
I was able to push it, but it was heavy again.
Yeah.
When I stopped, 185 was that's where we were working. I was working up to get to. Excuse me. The goal still is 225 or 20 by the end of the year. That's what I want to do. 225.
I do 5x5 at 240 right now. That's my.
What do you think you can do 225?
I don't know.
10?
Probably like 10, something like that. Yeah,
that's respectable.
I do.
The combine's like 50.
Yeah, my very first thing I do is a warm up. I do 135, and I do that for 25, and then I start the
What do you 125?
135.
I was like, how do you get to
245?
Yeah,
just 245. So I do that for 25, and that's my warm up, just to get my arms.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Just so that they're loose, because it's still my shoulder still like it clicks every single fucking time I hit.
You probably tore your rotator cuff
click
at one point.
Click.
Oh, mine's clicking too.
Every fucking time. So
I bet you tore your rotator cuff at one time.
Remember, last year, my shit was all fucked
up.
Was it? Yeah, it was really bad.
Oh, you probably tore it.
Yeah.
Could you lift your arm forward?
It hurt.
Yeah, you probably tore it too.
And so I had to take time off of benching because of it. And I looked at how my form was. I really looked at how I was doing. Like I took in what I was doing to figure out maybe my form was off, whatever.
Do you try to bend the bar when you press?
Kinda.
Like that. Like
I tuck my elbows in. Yeah,
it makes a big difference.
I used to go wide now, but then
when you go wide,
shoulder pressure. So now I kind of tuck it in, keep it shoulder length apart and whatever. So
I'm trying to work on the form the way Danny does it. Danny does a crunch when he does it.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, he puts up fucking wild weight.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's strong as fuck.
Yeah,
but he doesn't stop either. He just keeps going.
But his shoulder's fucked up too.
He keep going.
Yeah, dude. I think he said he was fucking inclining like 265 the other day.
I know. Yeah, I saw that. Like,
with chains and shit. Like
that's crazy.
265.
This is what I incline. It's 185. That's all I can do. I could probably do a little more, but
you can.
I don't.
Because I can
push myself.
I can incline 185 pretty easily.
I need to get a
decline. Well, I could. Bench. I don't know where I'm at right now. Yesterday when we were inclining, we were doing 135.
I need a decline bench. That's what I need.
Why? It's way easier. You're trying to hit the lower chest?
Yeah, lower chest. My lower chest is really my weakest right now, and it's not forming.
When I work out with Bobby, we do something for decline because we don't do the decline. We do another workout.
Yeah, I talked to Neto. I think that's his name, Neto Omar Jr.
That's what you guys call him, Neto.
That's his name, and yeah. So he was saying go kind of like a decline or like incline, but take the
free weights,
free weights
dumbbells?
and bring them up like this.
Oh, your lower
So
chest,
that's
yeah.
what I've been trying to do.
Oh man, fucking Danny. Today was pull day, so we were doing like curls and shit. Danny was showing us this fucking curl that he does, where like he comes up like this, like he goes like this with the bar,
like a wave.
Dude, it is wild. I could do one with a 30, with a 30 fucking.
I should have went with you guys,
dude. Then fucking Bobby was doing it, and then he was like, okay, and then like we were doing hammer curls, and he's like, okay, try to do a hammer curl, but he's like, don't move it out, don't move it out.
Yeah,
drag it up your body.
Yeah.
Dude, they call them drags or something. Like he had another name for it, but instead of because like normally when I do a hammer curl, I do like this. Like I have like a motion, right? I'm doing this with it, and he was like, no, just go like this.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
That's what that that thing that you wear. I have one somewhere. You put it on your chest, and then you like it keeps you like your.
It's like a band or something.
It's like this plastic piece.
Oh, so it keeps you real stiff.
It keeps you stiff.
Yeah,
so
you
can't
because
cheat.
It hurts if you. Yeah.
You can't cheat. You can't bend down. Like it is really.
When the way Bob showed me how to do curls, like we're trying to touch our ears, kind of, you know what I mean. So that's how I do it. So like I got like a little bit of a wave on it, but it's really kind of to absorb the motion coming down. But doing it that drag way, you're only moving it to like your shoulder, dude. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. Like because normally we do 10 on each arm.
Yeah.
I can only get 5 on each arm, and like at my 30s, dude.
Shit.
Dude, like and like fucking like the number 5 on my left arm, I was like, dude, when you start shaking when you're fucking lifting weights, dude, that's how you know it's working.
That's like that video of the dude deadlifting and he's like twerking.
Dude, did you ever see that video of me doing it?
I think so.
That day I hit that PR, I think it was 395, 385. Yeah, I was like, fuck. I could feel my fucking little ass fucking cheeks out there fucking slamming around. Dude, we're gonna start doing Zumba. You want to get up in that bitch?
Zumba?
We're gonna get the little fucking bells and shit and fucking just start Zumba.
Get your hips loose.
There was some dude in there doing Zumba, man. No disrespect. That motherfucker had a little sugar in his tank. He was up in there fucking just all fucking dancing around. Let's get from that dude.
Who was doing I was talking to someone and they were doing hot yoga.
Homo. No, that's just pretty hard.
It was one of our coworkers. When I was over there, he was talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do hot yoga. You want to go?"
Yeah, they don't want to call it Bikram no more because that fool's out there wilding out.
Yeah, but hot yoga's.
I would like to learn yoga.
Yoga is good in general for you, but hot yoga is like doing it in a fucking sauna.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah. Get in there, start stretching out.
There's not enough room in there. I do some stretches in the sauna, but nothing like I can't full on stretch in that one.
Yeah.
But it does feel good when it's like hot and you stretch. Like it feels like you can loosen up. So like I could do like shoulder stuff and like just basic leg stuff, but nothing too crazy. So yeah. Anyways, how was your fucking week?
Pretty good. I only rolled 3 days this week. I took Monday off. I wasn't feeling good. Just felt like ran down. I thought I was going to get sick for sure. I was feeling bad on Monday. So I took Monday off. Rolled Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I might go tonight. I don't know. I want to watch that fucking IBJ. I want to watch that shit tonight. The Fight Pass Grand Prix. But how was your fucking week?
It's good. I rolled Monday twice. I rolled Tuesday twice. I rolled Wednesday twice. And then I rolled Thursday. And then I took yesterday off.
Oh, you rolled Nogi?
No, we had the special class. It was just me, Richard, and what's that fireman?
Efren?
Efren, yeah.
Efren. No.
Yeah, so we did like I think it was like 11 o'clock or something. We rolled in there and just fucked around, rolled around a bit. So just kind of get a sweat. So it was cool. And that's when he drained my ear the first time.
This is what happened to your bitch ass ear.
This fucking hole over here, it was already hurting though.
You probably got banged before that. It usually doesn't happen right away.
Yeah. Like, it was already hurting. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, man, it's going to happen. I already could tell, like, it was going to happen. Just a matter of fucking time because they were sore.
What do you think I hit you with, my hip?
I think it was your forearm because you went for that clock choke.
Yeah, but I was on the other side.
No, it was on this side.
Oh.
And then you were, like, forcing it. Yeah. So it might have been, like, my ear against your arm, your forearm or something like that.
Dude, that motherfucker, that felt deep, too. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to get this motherfucker. It was deep. Someone yelled 5 seconds.
Yeah, yelled 5 seconds. I was like, not today, motherfucker, not today.
Oh, you had me in a deep clock or a deep fucking bow and arrow before that.
You know, I was thinking about it.
It was deep. I was about to tap. I was like, I was sitting there. I was like, because I could feel where my shoulder was on your chest, and I was like, if I can move my shoulder an inch, I'm out. And I started framing and coming, and I felt my shoulder move, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking out. But literally, as soon as I popped my shoulder out and started coming up, I got the fucking. Yeah, I was like, oh, it was fucking tight. I was like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker.
I started letting it go, and then you know what I started? It happened to watch the Brian Ortega fight, and then I watched his interview because I don't know if you guys saw the Ortega fight. He got in the arm triangle, and the dude tapped. He didn't feel it.
Put him to sleep.
And the ref like jumped in there and he didn't feel the ref, and then the ref was like, hey,
Yeah.
and so he apologized
Yeah.
after. But what he was saying is what he does instead of like
For bow and arrow?
in any submission where it's like you're holding, you know, you just fucking like and that's because time and it fucks with you. And that's what we were talking about. 5 seconds seems like 30 seconds. Like he was saying what he does is he, as soon as he gets to some submission like that, he starts counting and he slows down. Like he starts counting like in his mind. He's like 1,
yeah, that's a good idea.
2, and he kind of slows down, so he like focuses on that. And I was like, I think I'm gonna start trying that because I do always get into a good position and I let go, and I'm always hearing that was fucking tight.
Yeah.
You know, that was you almost had that. Why'd you let go? But in my mind, I'm like, I felt like that was like 15, 30 seconds that I was holding it, even though it's probably it's probably like 4 seconds. You know, not enough time. And so I'm like, okay, what if I proactively start working and do what he was saying is where you get to that position, and then once I have it, just start counting slowly, like, and it takes your mind off of like, you know, when your hands are going out, and like it just makes you focus more. I think I'm gonna start trying that.
I can't remember. I think it was Josh was telling me. You know, I knew this from a long time ago, but I forgot about it. When you, especially in anything that's like a collar choke like that, so I could feel how you had to grab. You had to grab like this, and you were pulling it, right?
Yeah.
You got to go.
Yeah, 3 fingers.
Yeah, 2 or 3 fingers, because it gets tighter because your hand can articulate more.
Well, the other thing I thought about afterwards too is if you're not tapping, is to continue angle out. Like
while stopping you from angling.
Start.
Yeah, because you started angling, and I think I trapped your leg with my leg, so you couldn't angle anymore because it wasn't tight at first, and then you switched the angle, and then it got tight. So I was holding your leg. I'm trying to remember. I was holding your leg, and I was focusing on not letting you turn, but I was also trying to get my shoulder out because the shoulder is what keeps that choke in place. Because if you get your shoulder past the center of the chest, you said you let go, so you probably let go at the same time I popped my shoulder. That's probably really why you let go, because you're like, oh, it's gone. Let's fight for it again.
That's probably what happened. Yeah,
because I felt my shoulder get loose, and as soon as I came up, I felt everything was gone. Right?
Well, the setup wasn't perfect, anyways. Like you said,
that fucking stupid sweep. Fuck you in that sweep.
Oh,
I gotta start rolling through more seriously.
That was a good one.
Yeah, because whoever was sounding, I think Josh was on the side talking shit, and I was like, you just gave me this pass, and I'm talking shit to you, and you threw me right on my face. I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah,
I had to hit you with some Louis shit to put my fist right in your fucking throat and pull your head down.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit works. Like because it stops you from moving. You have to focus.
Yeah, you have to focus on either dealing with it or like just. It's just uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
It's not gonna make anyone tap, but it's really fucking annoying.
That's what made me start messing with the paper cutter so much. It's because like I'll go to pass, and let's say I come past, but I'm a little bit slow, like in that aspect. So when I'm trying to come chest to chest, people will frame on me, and they're pushing like my neck and my throat. So I'm just like, fuck it, you just pushed me into north south. Like
I rolled with one of the blue belts, and we had a conversation not too long ago about. I had a conversation with him specifically. Actually, we were drilling the baseball bat choke, and it was one when Omar was
for fun.
No, it was one Omar was drilling it.
Really?
Yeah. And,
recently?
Yeah. It was like 2 weeks ago. Maybe.
I love that shit, dude.
So he was drilling baseball bat choke from like guard or whatever. It was a cool setup. And then we were talking, and I was like, if you can catch a baseball choke, fucking good on you. I'm like, but unless you're really good at it and you can set it up, you're not going to really catch a higher level person with a baseball bat choke because it's obvious usually.
Well, there's other ways to set it up.
Yeah, I'm saying unless you hide it and you set it up good, right?
I was passing his guard. What you can't do is this. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's when it sets it up.
Yeah.
But like in general, people grab my collar. I don't think about it much, but you can always feel them wiggling their fingers. So if you're not watching, you wiggle your fingers to try to get that real good grip on it. But if you get that first grip, like a collar choke, if you get that first grip tight,
without fucking around,
and then people don't realize it. But
so I was passing his guard. I was in his guard, and I was like shoving one leg down, and I felt he went for it, and I was like, I know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And then I kind of sat there for a minute and was like pressuring him, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pass. But I reached over and I grabbed the collar from the opposite side so he can turn.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed it deep, and then I was able to pass. So then he tried to turn, and I was like paper cutter.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he was like, yeah, I remember you telling me like you're not gonna get it. He's like, but I had it and you were trying to pass, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it didn't work on you. I was like, I know, I told you.
Work,
I was like, I told you. It was like if I know what you're doing, I'm just gonna stop you from doing it,
Yeah.
and you have to roll. So you're not gonna be able to roll into me when I pass. You're not gonna be able to roll into me because I'm gonna make sure you can't roll into me. And because I grabbed this collar on the
you're
opposite
stopping.
side, and I can put pressure down, you can't roll the opposite side. And so now, I mean, it still sucks, but I'm not. It's not. You're not gonna be able to fucking put me out. It's just gonna. You're gonna be like, oh, this is not gonna work, and then you just weight down and
what I do. I mean, because I don't care how good you are at it. Like when you get to a certain level, you know it's coming.
yeah.
Right? Especially if like a dude who's better than you is letting you pass their guard, they're trying to fucking choke you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do as soon as I feel the grips, I just answer the phone and then I continue to pass because you can't finish it like this.
Yeah, with the arm in there.
Yeah, and like you can weave your arm. You don't have to be clean with it. Like a lot of times their arms in the way, so like you have to go under and just sneak your hand in there or go over and sneak your hand in there.
Yeah.
But if they can't turn, that fucking Matt Sarah said answering the phone doesn't work in a lot of cases, but I think it does. Omar even showed an answer the phone this week.
Yeah, this week. The cross collar.
To break the cross collar.
I use that all the time.
Answering the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I use it all the time.
It's just a good way to post and create space because like when people try to arm triangle me, I mean the people that arm triangle me, they finish it. But I always start by answering the phone, and then I make a fist and I push against my face and try to get my shoulder.
Space. I do the same.
Yeah, and like so, a lot of the lower level guys are the guys who aren't beating me like that. That's how I get out of it. Yeah. But the upper level guys are just they defeat that and they go high, or they push your hand past your face so they go high. Yeah. But it does work. But I mean, it's you really gotta focus on it. Just like any technique, it's a real technique.
I think so. Yeah, it works. It has its purpose.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking rolled Nick's bitch ass this week. That motherfucker, monster, dude,
man. He's good.
Dude, he's back. You could tell he's like back on his game because when he first came back, like I did okay against him. Like him and I kind of were equal. He was subbing me more than I was even getting good positions on him. But it would be like one sub a roll or maybe no subs a roll. Dude, I rolled with him this week and Omar put it on a 10-minute round. I think he got me 7 times.
Oh shit,
dude! I pulled guard on him and that fool snapped an ankle lock on me so fucking quick, and I was like, the fuck is this shit, man? Like, obviously, it's there. No one goes for it. Yeah. But I pulled guard on him, and I had my guard. I pulled my leg up, and I grabbed his ankle, and I'm trying to move him, and I'm trying to pull myself into like a opposite single leg X, so I can go into the X guard, and I pull it. And he's fucking leaned back and ankle locked the fuck out of me. I was like, this motherfucker.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's slick with it, dude. He fucked me up from all these positions.
I did. I did get an ankle lock this week. It was deep hat. Oh no, it was side control or no. What the fuck were we in?
Paul, you're trying to pass with a knee shield. That's usually how I fuck with them. People throw the knee shield up at me. I just grab an ankle and lean back.
No, I was in half guard, bottom half guard, and then he was putting pressure on me, and I couldn't get out, and I slid my left foot out and put it into like a butterfly, and then he postured up to try to like get out or whatever, and then I went to X guard, and then he stood up, and then I went to single leg X, and fucking I was able to hit the straight ankle lock from there. And then he tried to roll, and I went belly down. I was able to tap. And I was like, but I was in my head.
You finished it belly down?
Yeah. But I was like, in my head, I was like, God damn, that was fucking slick. It probably looked like shit, but I was like, I loved the transition from half guard, boom, get out. He's X guard, he stood up, boom, single leg X, took him down. And then he tried to get out of it, and I rolled like the whole sequence. I was like, sometimes you have those moments when you're rolling where you're just like, it was like, man, that was fucking cool. That was like a fun roll,
Yeah, I had a pretty decent week. Like, I probably smashed more than I got smashed this week. A lot of shit is starting to click. Like, my half guard game is getting to the point where I'm sweeping a lot of people from it, and because I started changing the way I did it instead of focusing on a certain sweep, I'm more just it's pretty gooned out, but I'm just trying to off balance people more now. Yeah. And like wherever I can get out from the off balance, that's where I'm coming at. And like even though my shoulder's a little wonky still, it's probably like 80% now. Using the dog fight to get up a lot more, or going for me the backdoor works good because like I'll go half, and if I can't, so what I try to do from half is I hope that they try to staple my hand, and then what I try to do is get my wrist or my elbow under their foot and then grab the pants.
Yep.
And I'll start by going towards the butt. And then once they go off balance, and I go over, and then if they post, I go back.
Yep.
And usually I go back and forth 3 times. And at that point, they're starting to try to come up to their feet. And as soon as they get off of their knees, I go out the back door and come up on top.
Yeah.
And it's been working a lot. It's like I said, it's pretty gooned out. It's not like a really smooth sweep, but man, dude, it's working, and it's working on the bigger opponents and shit like that. And
that's what I've been really working on my bottom, like guard.
You just gotta be a power bottom like me, homie.
Guard and half guard stuff. Like when we go on.
Hey, that lasso sweep from the knees is good that you have.
Yeah.
Like when I was getting ready to pass, and then you switch to that lasso from the knee,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna pass this fool and crush his shit right now. Then I was like, oh fuck, I can't get my hip past this little fucking foot, little hobbit foot.
Yeah, hobbit foot.
That thing's
you
sick,
almost
dude.
dropped it down. I was like, fuck, I gotta bring it back.
Dude, yeah, no, because I knew what you were doing, so I was like, I need to get my hip out of the way.
I was actually trying to do a De La Hiva sweep with the lasso from there, but the way you turned your leg out, I couldn't.
Yeah. I wanted to get my hip away from you because you had the post, and that whole sweep is from that post. Without that post, you're not finishing that sweep.
Yeah.
Not for me being that way. If I was still pressuring you, you could finish it.
Yeah.
The way like Misa finishes it, just the traditional like lasso sweep. But you had like a lasso. Like I don't know, it was interesting.
Different.
It was good.
Different.
It was really good.
Setup. Yeah. I like working with the lasso from people standing because there's a lot of transitions there, and I don't ever like. There's a really cool one from Lasso X Guard. It's fucking sick. People don't expect it, and you're just completely tied up. Like you're just trapped, and then all of a sudden you're like getting rolled. It's fucking cool. But there's like those are things I'm working on. So there's two things that I'm doing is when I go in the morning, like Richard and Zare or whoever else, it's just us. He's like he just wants to sweat. So he's like, what do you want to work on? And so all I've been working on is like half guard, bottom half guard, escaping, and so we'll start like
maybe you'll stop using the fucking lockdown. Like
we'll just keep starting from there.
Yeah.
And like we did like a Shark Tank between us where we would do half guard. We start from half guard, bottom half guard, and then if you pass or I sweep or bottom sweep, then the next person comes in, and then as soon as that you finish that one, you go to the next person, and go to the next person. Cool. So we were doing that like just as three of us. And it was just like boom, boom, boom.
I can feel it now that you're not fucking starving yourself to death anymore. That your game is improving.
Well, because
you're stronger, but your technique is sharper and sharper. So I think doing those 2 a days is paying off. Like, I don't think you can do it forever, but I think right now it's paying off.
Yeah.
Eventually, your work's gonna realize that you fucking take off half the fucking day to go do jiu-jitsu,
and I'll have to fucking chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
eventually, they're gonna be like, "Hey, motherfucker, you can't have personal time every day at 10 a.m."
Yeah. But no. So that and the lasso stuff, I like the lasso because it's such a powerful fucking there's so much. There's so much
if you have the leg strength to flare.
Yeah, you have to be able to.
So I have pretty strong legs. I don't know what it is. I lose that flare a lot, and then once I lose the flare, it's done. So I don't mess with it. I got to mess with it because that's an interesting movement, flaring your leg out while you're holding someone like through your So I got to start messing with that more. But why didn't you do IBJJF LA?
I didn't even know what was happening until like we were yesterday. We were like, she's like, oh, my wife's like, Janaina competed. I'm like, where? She's like,
fuck that.
LA Open. I was like, God damn it.
Fuck that, dude. We don't talk about her, dog. fucking creonch.
But
I think that's how you say it. Fucking creonch.
I don't know.
Death to traitors, homie. We don't fuck around with traitors around here.
But I didn't know what was happening. So
fucking AOJ. I'm mad at AOJ right now. It's hard for Tynan to be my favorite grappler. He's probably top 5 of my favorite grapplers. Fucking that. So there was another event. We'll go back to that. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
There was another event this weekend. IBJJF Grand Prix. It was an absolute Grand Prix, nogi. But you can't just have those fools smashing each other over and over again. So they had fights in between them. So it was like
blue belts and shit.
It was all kinds of shit. It was basically Autos versus AOJ. Like most of the competitors were Autos or AOJ. And fucking those badass little chrome teeth homies from AOJ, all little fucking babies. Dude, you could hear them running around in the background, yelling at each other like, ah! You could hear them the whole fucking time. And then they make it a huge point for fucking every time Tynan wins, they bring them on the fucking... Fuck that. Fuck those kids. Those little badass AOJ kids are always at the tournaments running around fucking being all crazy, wearing their stupid-ass AOJ gear. It's pissing me off, dude. And then, so... Tynan was the second to last fight. Tynan was like the co-main event, right? So Tynan's up. Tynan took this fool's back, flattened him out, put his arm under the neck. As soon as he had his arm under the neck, he tapped. He didn't even get the second grip. The dude knew that he was fucked.
Yeah.
Because Tynan got onto, I don't remember how he got there. Getting against on his back, one hook in, flattened him down, and just the dude was defending it. Tynan moved his head, got his arm right under it for the rear naked. And literally as soon as he slipped his arm under his chin, the dude tapped. And Tynan kind of was like, "Why did you tap?" And the dude knew that he was fucked. He's like, "Why am I going to get choked unconscious right now?" Because like, belly down is the worst.
Yeah. Because you can't breathe. There's pressure on your chest. There's pressure on your diaphragm, and then
you don't have any hands,
and you can't even tap.
Yeah,
especially if they like hook your feet
Yes.
so your feet can't even tap. So you can't tap
Yeah.
anywhere.
The only person that really does that at our gym is Misa. And if he gets like if he
Dude,
gets
him
me
on your
flat,
back flattened out.
well, if he gets me flat, I tap. But if I have like if I have shoulder space, I'll try to fight
even
it.
from mount, when he gets a mount and he flattens you out, I'm fighting to the fucking death to get on my side when he gets on top of me.
The mount doesn't. The only people that really bother me from the mount are probably Luke and Kyle. I mean, both of them have that crazy mount, and they start getting at your shoulders. Misa hits more of that like grinding game from the mount, and I kind of like that because it's weird. But when people are grinding you super hard, you can't grind with the whole body. It's usually like either the upper body or the hips. So like if they're grinding you with your upper body, you can get your hips out, or if they're grinding you with their lower body, you can get your upper body out. Misa's pretty good at grinding with the whole body, but I'm pretty comfortable in the mount. Like if people mount me, I get when people get me in side control, I give them the mount. If I can feel they want to mount me, I'll just drop my fucking legs. Like, go ahead and mount me, because then I can start to fight. Because side control for me is harder to get out of. Yeah. I have a new side control escape that's working. It's probably technically bad, but it works pretty good. Like what I'll do is like I'll like drive into him with the frames, and as soon as I have that space, I'll drop the opposite way and start to like literally like jump out of there. Like I'll bring let's say
are you putting your hand in their armpit or anything and holding them?
No, because I'm going opposite. So what I'm doing is like I should go hand the armpit.
You should go. You should.
But so I should do that. So what I do though is like I'll be here and I'll get the frame, and it doesn't really matter so much where the frame is. I just want to create a little bit of space. If I can get my hips free, so I kind of drive into them and push, and as soon as I get my hips free, I take my arm that would be like on the lower side of their body and drive it across their body, across my body, and come up into the turtle, and then try to either roll through to the guard or get to the turtle and start to fight from the turtle.
Yeah, Dan does something like that.
He pushes the elbow,
and then he just holds that shit, and you're like, fuck. And and then he just kind of stands up and gets out of it. I'm like, motherfucker.
I'm sure we've talked about this before, but I don't think the lower belts for sure realize that the warm-ups are techniques. To use doing your jiu-jitsu. So what you should be doing, like you said, is you should be what we call a 2-2, whatever. Everyone calls it something different, but it's like when you put your hand down.
Base, 2-2,
the combat base when you come up, but you're here and you're sliding your butt out, right? That's exactly what that's for. So that's what I should be doing, because I use the warm-ups a lot. Like there was this young kid yesterday rolling, and he was getting smashed by a green belt. This green belt threw him through the mat, and I was like, oh fuck. Omar rolled over. He's like, hey man, don't give him that much gas. I think he's new to our school. And he's like a gray and black belt, but I think he's new to our school. And so he started going light, and the kid was just like literally got pinned on the mat, like legs out, shoulders down. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Push his hips. Because Omar was telling him to push the hips. And I was like, push his hips. Like I was showing him. I was laying down and I was showing him how to do it. And I was like, these kids don't know that the shrimp, or what does other people call it, shrimp? We call it hip escape.
Shrimp.
So so like the shrimp is to get out of that position. Like
kids, it's hard with kids because you don't know. Like sometimes he's on his shit, sometimes he's not. But they don't listen to the fundamentals. It's boring to them.
But you should also, because of the Instagram and the internet. But it's also you should, no disrespect to Omar or any professor out there, but you should say, hey, the shrimp is not a warm up. This is why we shrimp.
It's a technique.
It's lost in translation for a lot of people.
Danaher has a whole video on solo drills, and it's specifically on things like shrimping, and he talks. I mean, that's what he's saying. He's like, dude, these are techniques. These are not. He's like, and they get lost in a lot of gyms as a warm up. It's not a warm up. It's
a technique.
It is a technique. Exactly what you're saying.
You know, when you and I had that roll, so he fucking almost. First of all, you had me north south. I don't know how. I think I just exploded out of north south. But that's when you caught me in that bow and arrow. And then I got out of the bow and arrow somewhere from somehow.
You're very explosive. But that's the thing with you. It's like I have to. That's why I'm always careful with you. And I'm trying to just hold from everywhere because if you get like, I don't know, if you get an inch, you just fucking explode, and then I'm like fuck, and I'm like so.
So at some point we ended up where I pushed you off with my feet. So I pushed you off with my feet, and as I was coming up, you were already back on top of me. Like I pushed you away, I saw your face turn. And I started to come up, and you were back on me. But I don't know if you felt what I did, but I put my hand like on your forehead, and I fucking 2-2'd out. That's how I got up.
That's how you got
That's
up.
literally how I got up.
The basics.
When I was if I could,
we stood. I remember we stood up, and then I was like, "Fuck!"
Right. And I think I got your head down, so I ended up in the turtle. But Leo showed me when I was like a new blue belt, like really new, no stripes, probably within a month of blue belt. I was rolling Leo, and Leo's destroying me. And by happenstance, I caught his armpit and I pushed him, and I'm starting to escape, and he comes back and just crushes me, and he stops, and he was like, "Hey, do you know how to hip escape?" And I was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I know how to hip escape." Or 2-2. I was like, "Of course I do." He's like, "Do you know why you do it?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Look it, mush my face and fucking do it." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like
it works, yeah.
And people don't use the face mush. It's a little bit mean.
I don't think it's mean.
Yeah, I mean we're doing combat sport. Like
I don't think it's mean, but
so
I think it's hard to. It's not normal to push someone's face like that.
For sure.
So it's just different.
You know, I try not to like. Yeah. But dude, that's why I call it face mushing, because like when I'm in the bottom on side control, and I want to get out, the basis of my escape is that face mush. Yeah. I push because you can't control me with your head.
I've been doing this. I've been trying to side control escape where, if they're really heavy, if I can frame off and get my frame, and I can push their face down, and then I'll start pushing their face and their hips down, and then I'll if their arm is behind my neck, and then I'll quickly like try to like drop my arm so their arm's trapped behind my neck and try to roll them over. And usually what ends up happening is I don't get it. But what is the first thing they do? They try to back out, and then as soon as I feel them back out, I turn in and I can get to guard, or I can get to half guard or whatever. But I've been doing that a lot. Yeah. But it's all based off like pushing their face and making it uncomfortable.
Pushing their face is so strong. Like if you watch Louis roll, I mean Louis is probably one of the slickest dudes in the gym. Like maybe he doesn't win all the time, but dude, his game is like really elevated in what he does, and like. Yeah. I think if you don't know him or you never talk to him, you think he's just being mean, like being a dickhead about it, but he's not.
He's got RBF.
It's oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But it's all dude, it's like, I mean, I'll roll with him and he'll push my face in the mat. I don't feel bad about it because he's trying to get into a position, but dude, he uses it. Yeah. He is the king of the face mush.
Yeah,
100%. Like, I feel like I'll get this one. Like maybe I'll pass his guard, and in my head I'm like, oh, I passed this motherfucker.
And then all of a sudden he's like,
yeah. Then I'm like, what? Dude, then like he'll push me so hard, like I rolled. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Because
for sure,
you know, the basis of your balance is your face.
Yeah,
you know,
where you look, you can't turn the opposite way.
Yeah, it's like it's so good.
I see him use it from passing half guard too, like when he's trying to knee slice. So like grab that arm and like just push your face. Yeah, and you're just like fuck. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it works really well. Yeah, and it's not mean. I don't think it's mean or anything like that, but it's different and it takes some. It's aggressive for sure, but I mean we're playing an aggressive sport, and it's like fuck, dude. I felt bad, but not bad at the same time. On Friday after class, I was rolling with fucking Josh, and somehow we ended up in the half guard, and he ended up on my opposite side. So, but I felt good. I was chest to chest on him, and I just grabbed him. And every chance I could get, I was trying to get my hands to my elbows, and I was just squeezing him as hard as I could, and I could feel him going like, and like it was good, like, and like literally like every time he'd breathe in, I'd get like maybe a centimeter further, and I could feel his breaths get a little bit shallower, and I'm grinding my head into his face, like, and I was grinding my head into his face so much my ear suction cupped to his face. It was all like, and I could feel him breathing a little bit less, and I don't remember how he got out. He got out though, and he was like, and like he started coming, and I ended up on the bottom after that. But I looked at him. He's like, you trying to pressure tab me? And I was like, hell yeah, I did. And then and Kyle's over there laughing. But it's like, how is it mean to mush the face if I grind my head into you? It's the same thing. If you're trying to do that, a good technique is, if this arm is behind the neck, is bring them up a little bit. Take your hand upside down, put it right like this underneath their spine. And then flatten them out again with this hand, kind of like you were hugging, right?
Oh, for the pressure tap.
Yeah, and then it's not a squeeze. It's you drive your elbow. You like draw your elbow. You draw your elbow down like this, and then you start pressuring, and it's fucking.
Dude, if I wasn't in the half guard,
it's incredible. You can do it from half guard.
Oh yeah, I was trying to. I was like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker from the half guard, and I was like, every inch of me was like, how can I be? I was like, I want to be as based as possible. Just.
Yeah, it works really well from half guard, especially when someone is like not.
By the way, if you don't know Josh, he's like 170 pounds, like 5'6",
but he's fucking jacked as fuck. Come on,
he's so fucking.
Dude, his wrists I can't wrist lock him. His wrists are so fucking ridiculous. I cannot wrist lock him. Every time I'm like, this motherfucker.
I don't feel bad about it either, too. That motherfucker's a savage. So I was just like,
good.
Like I could feel my toes getting tight. I was just like.
He's He's gonna like push out a shark, fucking trying to
I
squeeze your
was
ass.
trying to do whatever I could to fucking get that. Dude, that would have made my year if I would have fucking pressure tapped him. Like pressure tapping blue belts and white belts, that ain't no big deal. That's everyday life money.
Yeah.
That's how I eat. But fucking dude, you get an upper belt, a pressure tap. Like I can't imagine how good it feels to be Kyle. Just fucking pressure
Just
tapping
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
I heard him pressure tapping a kid, and I was getting my ass whooped the other day.
I'm not surprised.
I don't
fucking
remember who
Kyle.
it was. I was getting my ass beat by somebody. Like I'm fighting for my life, and I hear Kyle. That's a kid.
That's funny.
Yeah, then he reminded me. I guess I was talking about in the last podcast. Fuck them kids. If you come to the adult class, you get adult techniques.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, you are right. They're starting that new a new class for the teens, so they're gonna get the teens out of the adult class.
Yeah, because their parents are probably tired of getting whooped ass by 40-year-old
It
dudes
sucks-
like us.
It's just it sucks for them because they're in a position where like they
smash the kids, but
if
they
they're
get
too-
destroyed
yeah,
by the adult. But,
yeah,
dude,
some of them.
Jonathan and his brother. I can never remember his brother's
those guys
name,
are
but
fucking-
dude, Jonathan's
well, they're not going to go in the teen class. Those kids, those are the same with adults. Because
I watched his brother putting it on someone the other day. I was like,
those guys are
God
good.
Damn.
Jonathan's got long ass legs. That's why.
Yeah, and he got strong.
fucking
He's
good.
starting to get like adult strength. He's good.
I think he's taking a break right now. Because
he's trying to do the piano thing.
Yeah, and his
keeps
fingers
hurting his hands.
Yeah, his hands keep getting jacked up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those guys are on another level. But yeah, they're gonna make the kids same time, 7 p.m. But they're gonna move them to the other mats, and that's gonna be their own class over there for I think teens and like orange, green, and blue belts that are what do they call them?
Juniors?
Junior blue belts or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, they're like 15, 16-year-old blue belts. Yeah.
That kind of sucks for them though, because a lot of those kids are good. But I understand because a lot of those kids' parents come and they see them just get their asses beat by adults all the time. Every time.
If I roll a kid and you're trying to fucking armbar the fuck out of me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna fucking crush you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not letting you armbar me. I'm gonna crush your ass.
There's the one kid that wears the wrestling headgear.
He's really good.
He's good too. Like if
he won't be in that class.
If he had man strength, he would fuck me up. Good. He's just not as strong.
He's really technical too.
Yeah. What is he? Probably $125.
Yeah. No, he's probably more than that. Yeah, he's probably like 130.
Yeah, he's technically he's strong. He can wrestle pretty good.
He almost got me an armbar once. I was like, man, fuck you, kid. I was like, I am not letting you tap. My arm was hurting the next day. Oh man, it was hurting.
One
time I was like this. I got it like this, and then he was just pulling. So my whole elbow was fucking hurting the next day because he was trying to like pull that shit. I was like, God damn it.
One time before Jonathan really kind of elevated, there was like a week where Jonathan like elevated, and like I haven't been able to really catch him since. But we were rolling one time, dude. He had me in a bow and arrow, and like there was like 3 kids looking, like watching. It was like all his little homies were watching, and I was like, I ain't tapping to this shit. And I was like, I could see my face changing colors, and I was like, I ain't tapping. I was just muscled out of it, and I popped up and I choked him, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I can't tap to you, dude.
Yeah,
I can't
let it happen.
I can't let it happen, my guy." Then like 2 weeks later, he's fucking destroying everyone, triangling me like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's got a good triangle too, because like. You'll think he's going to stand up, like technical stand up, and he throws his triangle. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's because they're young enough that they have that
the flexibility,
the explosiveness, and then they don't have that fear of like hurting themselves when they're trying to go for things like that. You know what I mean? Like for me, like there's certain moves that I'm probably not going to go for. I want to know, but I'm not going to go for because I feel like, man, if I fuck up, I'm gonna hurt myself. You know. And then I'm out for fucking 3 months, 6 months.
I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, dude, a lot of my jiu-jitsu game is based on in my head. I don't want to get hurt. Because like I'll stop wrestling people. Like if I roll with Nick. Nick is such a good wrestler.
Like I'm pulling guard.
Well, so I'll fight with him standing up. But if I feel my feet get out of position, I'll just pull guard.
Yeah.
Because you
want to get thrown.
Well, because I know he knows my feet are out of position.
Sacrifice throw you.
He's gonna throw me, or he's gonna just beat me up. And I was like, I'd rather just lose by pulling guard and trying to fight from there. Then get thrown through the mat.
The worst.
I'm trying to stop that.
The worst throw that I've had on me fairly recently, and it wasn't even bad because I landed fine, but it was badass. Was Ismail? He fireman's carried me, but like it was like boom, like it was exactly one of those where I'm like I'm standing 1 minute. Next thing you know, I'm flying through the air and I'm like smacking my hand on the ground. Yeah. And in my head, like I took a second, I was like, yeah, that was badass. Cause it was fucking such a perfect throw, dude. I was like, that was fucking sick. That was like one of the last times I've actually been thrown. But you're right, like a lot of my game is like if I'm rolling with someone and I feel like I'm gonna get thrown or they're gonna do like a uchimata or something that's really gonna fuck me up, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull guard. Or that's when I just go for the sacrifice. So
Yeah,
I'm just like, fuck it.
You end up in the turtle. Oh yeah, or if you're in the sacrifice, so you might come on
in
top
a half guard or something like that. Yeah. So I like 100%. Or like Leo was teaching that drop Sanagi thing. I was like, I don't fuck with that because I'm not trying to drop my weight to my knees.
Yeah, it's hard on your knees.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a cool move, and if you can hit it, fucking hell yeah, more power to you. But I don't think I'm gonna go for stuff like that just because my knees. He does have some cool fireman's carries.
Yeah, but you're all fit and shit. So why are you worried about getting hurt?
Cause my fucking knees.
Oh yeah.
I have bad knees. Mm-hmm. He has shown some cool fireman's carries, like I call them like old man fireman's carries because they are good, but there's not a lot of like bad on your knees stuff. And I always forget how to do them the way he showed them, but they're really freaking cool. But I mean, part of me trying to be fit is so that I don't get injured.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't want to fucking get hurt.
I was saying it today when we were doing some fucking stupid thing and out at the gym, and I was like, dude, I don't lift to fucking look good or to fucking be strong.
I don't want to get injued.
I'm lifting to push motherfuckers off me in side control, and to be able to fucking pressure tap fools and just squeezing them.
That too.
Yeah, when you were talking about getting taken down the other day, fucking I got the cleanest takedown hit on me, fucking Louis punk ass. Dude, he hit this takedown and it happened like in slow motion on me, and I was like, as soon as he moved, I was like, oh,
you saw it coming?
Dude, I saw it coming. I was like, I literally in my head, I was like, oh no. And I was just like, I went down and I slapped the mat and I started fighting, and then I was like, dude, that is like the cleanest takedowns ever been hit on me. Dude, he ankle picked me.
Oh,
and then like,
those are badass.
I felt like when I felt his body drop, I was like, oh, it's over. And then like, I was just like, okay, how do I not get my other knee blown out? Because my other knee was planted. So as soon as he grabbed my foot, I was just like slipping on a banana peel. I was like,
yeah.
But dude, I had to ask him. I was like, dude, how did you do that? And he showed me. It's like I'm working on that. It's really good.
Ankle picks are really cool. I like ankle picks. Always look good. Foot sweeps always look good. And fireman's carries always look really cool. Like those, like when you hit someone with those, they feel good when you hit someone.
Dude,
like
the foot sweeps are so mean.
They're so hard to.
A couple weeks ago, I hit a couple of them, and they were mean.
They're fucking fun to hit when you can hit them, but they're hard to hit.
The problem is
it takes so much work.
Is that nobody? Not nobody. The majority of people, at least at our gym, don't really practice break falling.
No, they don't.
And you're gonna get spiked on your dome. Because one of the ones I hit super clean on the homeboy Chester 2 years ago, something like that. Dude, I hit him with this foot sweep. Dude, he landed right on his neck. I was like, oh shit. Because when you catch people good, they get caught off guard. But if like every time I sit down, I practice break falling. Yeah. Like I usually do the judo one where I fall on my side. I like that one. But it's like I practice it, like because I don't want to get fucking hurt. Yeah. Like more, and then like, dude, you see all these people throwing their arm out, hitting their hand first, and I'm like, that's how you blow your elbow, your shoulder out. Like, you need to roll into the hand. Like your shoulder should hit, and then you roll and slap the mat. It's never hand first. It's always body first. Then you're supposed to transfer the energy to your hand. Mm. That's the idea behind a break fall, like this way. Like if you watch like the judo guys fall, especially if they're falling sideways, it's their whole body lands flat and then they like slap the mat. Mm-hmm. And then you see people like hit the mat first, and it's like it sounds cool, but that's how you blow your fucking elbow out.
Yeah, break fall is important.
All right, let's look at this fucking this Fight Pass thing.
Let's make our predictions.
But I'm gonna make predictions.
I think it's pretty easy to make these predictions.
But on the that IBJJF Grand Prix, dude, it was badass. Dude, I don't know, like you know who Hassan Rita is? Really tall black dude.
Yes,
dude, he's a bad
B team, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
He lost, didn't he?
He got
fucked up,
destroyed.
Yeah.
So like he might need to move gyms, like because
it was bad.
At the B team, at the B team. Well, no, he got grinded out. But so at the B team, it's all like really high level dudes, and then dudes trying to be high level dudes. So it's like they have a comp team of younger people, like in their 20s or whatever, trying to become pros, and then they have the pros. And I think Hassan's like in between there, so he's just smashing all the fucking, all like the up and coming kids and having trouble with the pros. So he needs to find a gym where he can work, because he's lost like 2 or 3 in a row now, and like they're bad losses.
Then he was really promising.
Yeah, and then like if you didn't watch that IBJJF Grand Prix, my shit talking I think about the IBJJF might start now. They gave $40,000 to the winner of that. I mean, that's that's still, it's like they're making reparations. I mean, but to win a single tournament, that's real money.
That's what
That's 40
Craig
G's.
Jones was just talking about that, and that it's interesting that you say that because now he's actually on it because he was saying how he was talking about I think ADCC only pays like 10 grand.
No, I think it's more than that. If you
Well,
win
he
gold.
literally was just saying it was
Oh,
like
really?
10 grand.
Oh, that's
and then
it.
he was talking about how he was talking about the growth that it's had.
Yeah.
And how like 7 years or whatever he was like it was 10 grand. And then he's talking about like look at how many people were in the fans blah 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 10 grand. Then COVID hit and then the last one that came out there was like 40,000 people there and guess what 10 grand.
Yeah, but
and he's like dude that's not a it's like you're not paying your fucking your winners enough to make that sacrifice for that type of event.
But I think ADCC pays the invited fighters. I'd have to find. I don't know that for sure, but I think they pay because Craig is they might not because Craig's talking about he doesn't even know if he's going to do ADCC this year. He assumes he's going to get invited because he's a 2 or 3 time silver medalist, so he should get invited. But he's talking about he's like, why would I do that when I could go do a seminar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not the money.
Craig's making $100 grand at seminars.
That's crazy.
Well, there was like
but he said he's tired of doing the seminars too.
Yeah,
I just saw him. So, he's kind of at like a crossroads of being like really good, but then also like it seems like he's kind of getting burnt out.
Craig, yeah, he doesn't care. Craig is, I don't know if he's naturally good or whatever. Craig's good at jiu-jitsu, and he's at this level where he knows he's never going to beat fucking Gordon.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm always going to be in the second tier.
Yeah, and he jokes. That's what he jokes about.
He's fucking El Segundo.
Yeah, El Segundo.
So it's he's like in a funny spot where now he's just making money being a character in jiu-jitsu, and he's making enough to travel, or to do what he wants to do.
He's fighting tonight, Lovato.
Oh man, yeah,
that's gonna be a good fight.
So did you see the fucking shit? Let me fucking pull it up. Sorry, keep talking. So did you see the fucking the picture that Lovato posted? Oh my god! So it's a fucking it's like the warm up. They're just sparring, kind of keeping active for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's fucking. See if I can remember everybody in the picture. Lovato, Sanji Hibero, Mikey Musumeci, and fucking oh shit, the fucking ultra homie from fucking Six Blades, the nicest dude, Victor Hugo. That's Lovato's fucking warm up camp.
Killers. Just murderers.
And then Mikey's in there fucking probably getting under everyone, fucking everyone up. Mikey's training in California now.
Yeah, that's what Leo. I was talking with Leo this week. He was telling me about that. I was at his house. He was draining my ear, and he was telling me about that. He moved over here to California, but where?
Cobrina's in LA somewhere. So he's like one of those old school legendary dudes, which is like it's cool to be under guys like that, but it's like what?
So this is what Leo was telling me is that he was listening to Mikey talk and like whoever that
Cobrina,
yeah, and they were saying that he's amazing and he's really good, but because he is trained all around.
Mm-hmm.
That he was saying that he has a bunch of holes in his game because he never like really focused on closing certain gaps and holes. He's just kind of moved around, so he's really great. But he was saying he's got a lot of holes, and so that's what his goal is in training there now is to close all those little holes that he felt he has in his game.
Yeah,
that he never really got trained properly with because he was training with his sister. He was you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't have
but he's one of like the 8 American fucking world champions.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
he's savage,
maybe he's got holes in his game, but I mean,
but
his game is so fucking good.
If you look at any of the very, very top competitors, they don't just do jiu-jitsu. They study jiu-jitsu. They don't just practice a move. They learn something and then they figure out why doesn't this work for me? How do I get this to work for me? Where do I need to go? How do I get this technique to work for me and my body type? Right? They take that extra step. Like Omar talks about all the time. He's like, hey, I'm gonna teach you everything I know. Yeah. And it's your job to take what works for you and what works for your game and then adjust it to work for you and your body style because what I do works for me, but that move may be a good move and you may like it, but it may not work for you because your body type and you may have to make some adjustments to make it move. And that's what these guys do really well is they take those things and they improve them.
Yeah. I want to, talking about that real quick before we get into the Fight Pass thing, I want to start doing more sit-up guard and playing in the butterfly. I was rolling with Jay the other day, and Jay was being nice to me, just kind of letting me work for a couple seconds, and he fucked me up, I don't know, like 30 times in fucking a 5-minute round. But I got to a position where I sat up, and I started going butterfly on him. I was like, oh, if he was smaller, I could throw this motherfucker right now. So I'm going to start working that, like, framing, sitting out, getting into the butterfly and throwing people, or working, like, dude, at very least, if you sit up into the butterfly and you start to switch your feet and you start to lose it, you just got the half guard back. For me, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Dude, the butterflies, I think it's better than I thought it was. Because when I first started, we were doing butterfly like every 3 weeks. I'm like, this fucking shit again?
I tried to do a butterfly sweep in my last tournament.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't get, again, it's like learning lessons. Like, I watched the footage, and like I actually got lasso guard, and then I got butterfly with the lasso in, and then I took this foot, and I sat up and put my foot on his hip, and I tried to fucking use it to balloon sweep him, but I couldn't get him up. And then what I realized, and even Misa was like, dude, you gotta like
scoop on.
I gotta scoop my ass into him deeper, because I was like, you can see the video.
You try to do it from far away.
You just a bunch of times you just see me trying to yank this guy. But there's like a fucking mile between me and him, so like I had to get like
it's just like the
those are those little fucking things that like, you know, I got to close my game. And I think that's where we start talking about getting, you know, purple belt. You're seeing, like, this is what I want to do. And then you're like, why isn't this working? Okay, this is where I need to adjust. This is those little things that I need to work on myself is when I get into these positions, get rid of all the distance so that those things work for me.
And the other thing about the butterfly that I don't think really ever explained to me, at least maybe I missed it if it was, like, you put your feet like this, right? Your feet are inside, you put your feet like this, and then maybe you go like this. It really works if you take your foot that you're going inside with and pushing it all the way across.
Yep.
So like, because I'll be in the butterfly, I'll be in the butterfly, and then I'll start to slide my foot behind my other foot, and then try to get my knee to the ground. And the only way my knee's getting to the ground is by kicking my foot that way. And then when I kick, I drive. Yes. You know what I mean? That's how it's that motion of, like, it's almost like a scissoring motion from there versus just the traditional, like when you do that workout where you roll on your toes.
It's you got to drive that foot in deep, especially with bigger guys.
Exactly. And that's like the same thing as scooting your cheeks under to fucking get. Let's bang out this Fight Pass thing before our shit dies. So Craig Jones, Lovato, who do you got?
I'm gonna have to go Craig Jones, but Lovato is a monster, bro.
I think the only way Craig Jones beats is by stamina, because Craig Jones is younger, but Lovato is a savage. Dude, hey, there's a video, if you go back, of Lovato fucking up Hedges at the fucking Arnold Invitational.
Really?
You see that?
No.
Oh, dude.
I have to watch that before.
Lovato's a brown belt. Gets on Hedges, either heel hooks him or ankle locks him. Dude, Hedges pops up and starts kicking the fucking signs and shit and runs off the mat.
Oh yeah, we have to.
Dude, it's good.
But
Lovato's a bad motherfucker.
That I have no. I think Craig is gonna win, but that's a fucking good fight.
Yeah. So the co-main is Nicky Rod and Roberto Jimenez. What do you think about that?
Fuck.
The natural.
I think Nicky Rod's gonna lose.
I think so too. I don't think he's gonna be able to
pass.
I don't think he's gonna be able to pass. I think Roberto's gonna either hit him with some hot shit or beat him on points.
Yeah.
Or refs. I think they do refs.
Or I agree. Advantage or something.
Marigali versus Mateus Denise. Mateus is good.
Yeah, I think Marigali's good.
But I think Marigali's got that mental where he's unfuckable. Mason Fowler, Pedro Mourinho.
Mason
Fowler's going to fuck him up. I don't think it's going to be a chance. Unless Pedro catches him in that front headlock he's got, he ain't going to fucking... I think Mason's going to fuck him up. Oh, I didn't realize Victor Hugo's fighting Roosevelt. I think Roosevelt might get this one.
Victor Hugo's game was really slow last time.
But he does it on purpose. Yeah. It's on purpose. But I think Roosevelt's a bully. You know what I mean? I think Roosevelt bullies through and gets him.
So is Nicky Rod. But
not
Nicky
the
Rod
same way.
Wait, how much does he weigh?
They're about the same weight. Roosevelt's like 220.
That'll make a difference. Nicky Rod, you got to give the Victor Hugo and Nicky Rod. Nicky Rod was like 40 pounds, 50 pounds under weight from him. Yeah, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, Victor's like around 280, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah, there's a big difference there. So,
but the thing is, like, from what I can remember, Victor struggles with dudes who bully him, and you could tell that he
fought fucking Gordon and
or even like the little the littler dudes that he's fought, like in absolutes at ADCC absolute. I think he went against fucking Hokage or like one of those really small dudes, and that dude's just fucking coming at him, and he was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? So, I think I'm gonna have to go Roosevelt on this one, even though fucking Victor's my guy.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. Oh shit, Ronaldo Jr. is fighting fucking Cody Steele. I didn't know that. I don't like Cody Steele.
I like him.
I can't stand that motherfucker. I'm going for Ronaldo on that shit. J-Rod, I don't know this dude he's fighting. I hope J-Rod comes out the win. He fucking needs it.
He does need it.
I don't know any of these other people.
Well, we'll find out. We'll watch it. We'll probably talk about it.
So I got J-Rod, Ronaldo, Roosevelt, Mason Fowler, Marigali, Roberto Jimenez, and fucking Craig Jones.
Yeah. Pretty much the same.
Man, that Lovato fight's going to be good.
If Lovato, I set a timer so I can watch that shit tonight.
If Lovato has his mental right, dude, he is a bad motherfucker. Sometimes I feel like he gives up.
He's got that old school aggressive, like slap you, push you, so it's going to be a good fight.
Dude, Lovato is so badass.
Yeah.
They don't call him his name. They call him the American.
That's badass. Anyways,
yeah.
Hopefully you guys watch it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. All that good stuff. Make sure you like, share, all the stuff that you guys are supposed to be doing. We're almost coming up on our 40th episode.
The next one.
Is it the next one? This is 49?
I think it's just 39.
39?
Oh, we got to guess the next episode.
We do have a special guest, and we're going to
be at a new location.
Yeah,
that's going to be cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really dope. So stick around. We look forward to that one. I think you guys are going to like it. And nos.